Welcome back to another episode of Avid Fantasy Football. Cameron here. We got the wide receiver rankings video. Week 7 was pretty good. Let's see if we can continue that with Week 8. Go ahead and jumping right into this. Number 1, you got Tyreek Hill versus Patriots. Love the matchup here. No more needed to be said other than just Tyreek Hill should be a lock in your lineup. This dude is going to get you points. Number 2, you got A.J. Brown at the Commanders. He's finally coming on as a wide receiver 1. Love the matchup 2 against Commanders in Week 8. Put him at number 2 here. Number 3, Stephon Diggs versus the Buccaneers. He's been pretty good for the most part throughout the season. Definitely had some really big explosive games, and I think he can continue that here against the Buccaneers, especially at home against the Buccaneers in Week 8. Number 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Raiders were not good against the Bears, and I don't expect them to be any better against the Lions, especially in Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown is at number 4 for me. Number 5, Keenan Allen versus the Bears. Another good matchup here for Keenan Allen. He did pretty well against the Chiefs here, and now he's got the Bears at home. Love it. Number 6, Cooper Kupp at the Cowboys. Didn't really have a great game against the Steelers, but it seems like him and Puka Nacua either coexist or one or the other. I don't know what the situation is going to be there in Week 8, but I definitely like the opportunity against the Cowboys here for Cooper Kupp. He's number 6. Number 7 might get a couple comments in the comment section here, but Adam Thielen versus the Texans. Absolutely love the opportunity for Adam Thielen here. He's been consistent, high upper 18, 19 points, if not anywhere between that to 27 points recently, if not even closer to 30, depending on your scoring. I mean, Adam Thielen is definitely proving why they signed him in Carolina, and with a rookie quarterback, nevertheless, he's putting up those points. So that's definitely a good opportunity here for him in Week 8. Number 8, you got Brandon Ayuk versus the Bengals here. He is the number 1 guy for the 49ers. He will continue to be that, as Deebo Samuel is probably going to be out for another 2 more weeks on top of the Week 7 against the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Number 9, you got CeeDee Lamb versus the Rams here. Hopefully Dallas and Dak and CeeDee Lamb and all these other players on that team figured it out, because they have a lot of talent. It's just a matter of, I don't know why they can't put it together. But CeeDee Lamb, I like the matchup against the Rams, especially at home against the Rams. He's number 9. Number 10 is Devontae Adams. He's definitely poking into that target share from Jacoby Myers now that Jimmy Garoppolo is gone. Let's see if that continues against the Lions here. They're going to probably be behind and throwing a little bit more than usual, so I like the opportunity for him, and that's why I'll have him at number 10. Number 11, you got Mike Evans at the Bills. Tough matchup for them overall, or at least you would think so. The Bills did struggle against the Giants, and then they just lost to the Patriots. So, honestly, I like the matchup here for Mike Evans. That secondary and linebacker positions are banged up for the Bills as well. Definitely a good opportunity for Mike Evans to prove why he's wide receiver 1 in Tampa. Number 12, Chris Olave at the Colts. Definitely a good matchup for him here. They got a better quarterback than what the Browns have, and that's why I like the fact that Chris Olave is going to be in the top 15. P.J. Walker was the quarterback coming in after Deshaun Watson kind of left the game again. Not necessarily an injury, but left the game again. He was cleared in concussion protocol and stuff like that. So, but with P.J. Walker there, I didn't expect too much with Amari Cooper. Elijah Moore did pretty decent. But Chris Olave now has Derek Carr, who is a more poised veteran quarterback than P.J. Walker. So I like him here at the Colts in Week 8. 13, you got Puka Nacua at the Cowboys. Again, another situation. Cowboys secondary is a little hurt, a little banged up. They did have that bye week. Let's see if that, they could shake off that rust. But other than that, I like Puka Nacua at 13. 14, Christian Kirk at the Steelers. He is wide receiver number 1 in Duval here. Absolutely love the opportunity for him against the Steelers. He did well against the Saints, who are a tough pass defense as well in New Orleans, nevertheless. So now he goes up against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I do like him at number 14. Number 15 is going to be none other than Jordan Addison at the Packers after a phenomenal performance on Monday Night Football against the 49ers. Definitely a great opportunity for him now against the Packers. I mean, Jordan Addison looks like he's going to be wide receiver 2 even. He could be wide receiver 1A, 1B with Justin Jefferson when he comes back, because Jordan Addison is showing why he was picked in the first round. I mean, the dude has talent. He definitely has talent. 16 is DK Metcalf versus the Browns. Tough matchup for him. However, with the body and frame size of DK Metcalf and how big he is physically, I don't see he's going to have too much of a bad day against the Browns. He should have a decent day here in Week 8. Number 17 is going to be George Pickens versus the Jaguars. Jaguars give up a lot of points to receivers, and that's why George Pickens is number 17. Number 18 is going to be DJ Moore at the Chargers. DJ Moore has Tyson Bagent or Justin Fields. Either way, he's going to get targets here. He should be able to produce some fantasy viable numbers here. Maybe a wide receiver 2 flex guy, but he might even break out as a wide receiver 1 in this matchup. You never know, because the Chargers secondary is terrible against the pass, and they are terrible against the pass in fantasy this year as well. Michael Pittman Jr. for me is number 19 versus Saints. Took a little bit for him to get going against the Browns in Week 7. However, now he gets the Saints, who have a slightly worse, that's even tough saying, they have a slightly worse rated pass defense than the Browns. And that's not saying a lot because the Browns are one of the top defenders in the league right now. But nevertheless, a good opportunity for Michael Pittman to maybe continue growing off what he did late in Week 7. Number 20 is going to be Jacoby Myers at the Lions. He lost a little bit of his target share to Devontae Adams now that Jimmy G is out in Week 7. I don't know exactly what's going to happen week 8. He should probably be out again. I would assume Jimmy G is going to be out again here with a back injury. Kind of take your time on that one. But Jacoby Myers at the Lions, he's going to be number 20 for me. Number 21 is Devonta Smith at the Commanders. He was originally the wide receiver one the first couple weeks, and then A.J. Brown stepped in right where he belonged, and Devonta Smith has kind of faded off into the afterlife at this point. It definitely seems like he is fading and fading and fading. A little bit more targets last game against the Dolphins here on Sunday Night Football this past week, but something's got to give with Devonta Smith. I do like the matchup, though, and I think he could bounce back here against the Commanders. If he doesn't, we're going to be looking at a lot more evaluation on his part when it comes to start, sits, and rankings. 22, Tyler Lockett versus the Browns. Like I said, tough matchup. But if they're going to end up double-teaming DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett's going to have a lot more opportunity to get catches. On top of that, Tyler Lockett is a burner down the field. So for him to be a burner down the field, he might be able to get you one big play that set your whole entire fantasy day up, or he could get one or two of those down the field. You never know. It could be a screen as well. Just a little screen pass, little bubble route, boom, he's gone for 25 yards. You never know with him. He's just so fast. Speaking of burners and going down the field, somebody who did torch the Browns this past weekend was Josh Downs at number 23. He gets the Saints, like I said, a little bit of a slight decrease in coverage for that. And Browns have a better secondary than the Saints, but Josh Downs is home against the Saints. I do like him. He's number 23. Number 24 is Zay Flowers. He's doing his thing, and now he goes up against the Cardinals. Love the matchup here, and Lamar Jackson definitely is doing his Action Jackson stuff right now. Number 25 is Romeo Doubs versus the Vikings. This is a game I could see potentially turning into a shootout. We'll have to wait and see. The only thing is I'm worried about is Jordan Love loves to turn the ball over. So we'll see if that can decrease here against the Vikings and their slightly below average pass defense. 26, Terry McLaurin versus the Eagles here. A little bit of a tougher matchup, but Terry McLaurin does have that connection with Sam Howell. Love the opportunity. Let's see what he can do in Week 8. 27, Nico Collins at the Panthers. Coming off a bye week here, as long as Tank Dell plays or doesn't play, doesn't matter to me. Nico Collins is the number one guy for C.J. Stroud here in this offense. Number 28, Joshua Palmer, a guy who missed my top 30 last week against the tough matchup against the Chiefs. He did all right, but now he gets a good matchup against the Bears here at home. Absolutely love Joshua Palmer here at 28. Number 29 is going to be Deontay Johnson. Came in an immediate factor, 12 fantasy points, and it's up against the Jaguars now. He's got a good opportunity now in Week 8 at home against the Jaguars to give up a good amount of points to wide receivers. And finishing off our list here, we got number 30, Rashee Rice at the Broncos. He is the secondary most targeted guy in the Chiefs offense other than Kelsey. Kelsey had 12 targets, Rashee Rice with 5, and he turned it into a touchdown and a good amount of yards. But that's going to do it here for a wide receiver rankings video. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us to go a long way. And then make sure you look out for the other videos later in the week. Other than that, you guys have a good one.